Hunter x Hunter is finally coming back. Dan gets hit with a big copyright strike. Toei says Disney animation is boring and predictable. And Sekiro is getting an anime adaptation that may or may not be made by AI. You didn't know that, did you?
No, is that serious?
I've got notes.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to. Okay, tell me everything.
Welcome back, nerds. You're watching the It's More Than a Cartoon podcast. I am your host, Dr. Applesauce, joined by my co-host, Kyle. Boy, do we have some interesting stuff to talk about today. I think the biggest piece of information and news that we're going to talk about is going to be about Sekiro. It's a game adaptation, or it's a game that's getting an anime adaptation. I think that's going to be the juiciest piece because I found some stuff that is really interesting. But we do have some news that I would say isn't necessarily small scale, but we can get through this news a little bit faster. Hunter x Hunter, Dan, and then like Toei beefing
versus
with
Kodakawa and all that stuff. Yeah. There's a lot going on with that. I'll tell you right now, the whole Hunter x Hunter stuff, even though I'm gonna say I don't like Hunter x Hunter, the Hunter x Hunter stuff is way overhyped. A lot of people are just so obsessed with it.
Not me wearing a
you're wearing a Hunter jersey. Oh. So it's a little overhyped, because for those who don't know,
cut.
Higashi finally is back to writing. All right, even though it's been like edging us on for like the longest amount of time, saying he's back to writing or he's going to release another chapter or whatever. It seems like every time I pull up any form of social media, any kind of anime news related, and it involves Hunter x Hunter, it seems like, oh, it's coming back. Is it? Is it really? I don't think it is, because I mean, what we got, like one chapter?
It's been
or a hint at a chapter.
We got 10 chapters, I think, at the end of 2024. And it's been a long time. It's one of those things that just, to me, it's like, okay, Hunter x Hunter ended, like the anime ended, and I was like,
right, I
guess it could be over, but it feels like there should be more. I was satisfied, and I will still say Hunter x Hunter's like, I think I binged Hunter x Hunter faster than any other anime that I've watched. It's like 150, 160 episodes, something like that. And it
was 170, I think.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna tell you, dude,
the crap out of it. I thought it was great. It was a really enjoyable, good anime. But again, it's it's not as old, but it's older than some.
Did you do the older version or the newer version?
The newer version. I think it's 2010.
I think it's 2010 or 2012, and then the previous one was in like the early 2000s. Oh, late 90s. Okay,
late 90s, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but
first off, I'm sorry. Talking about 90s and a little tangent, I watched probably the worst anime I've ever seen. I'd never scored an anime at a 3, or was it 4? 3 or 4? I've never gone below a 5, and I was told because of a worker friend. He said, it was blown up on Reddit. Everyone's talking about Reddit. So he asked me, knowing that I know everything about anime. I was like, okay, don't know what this is. It's an OVA, only 44, 45 minutes long. Let me just watch it. Oh, God. Those 45 minutes I want back.
What was it?
Legend of Lemnir? I'm saying it correctly. I'm just going to let you know, those who are like it, it is 18 plus. It does have that stuff in it. I was not expecting it to be in there, but it also has a warning, viewer discretion in the beginning, so you know what you're getting yourself into. I guess I should have known that, but it was. Will, you've grown up in the 90s era of anime, and so you know how, first off, the voice synchronization is off. Yeah. And also the voice acting is not even good. It's just terrible.
English dub?
I did dub because
Japanese would be a lot.
I guarantee. But the story. I'm sorry, but first, let me give you a little detail, and we'll get right back into it. Girl gets kidnapped, and after she does, she wakes up, and she's surrounded by all these other women who are held captive by this one guy. She wakes up, she's like, "Where am I? Oh, you're captured by this guy. You know, he owns a bunch of slaves." She's like, "Okay," and then it just nothing. Like it just everything was just like
Lemnir.
It was terrible.
1989.
Okay, so it's even before the 90s. Okay.
Old school. Yeah, it does not have good ratings.
Do not watch it. Do not watch it.
I've never heard of it.
I would honestly, just saying that to get us back into track, I would rather watch Hunter x Hunter again. Yeah. I'd rather watch them go 12 episodes up a staircase again than watch that crap.
I liked Hunter x Hunter a lot. It does have a lot of slow tropey parts. I get it, but
Mhm.
I found the concept of it to be fun and interesting.
I just don't
And
understand Nin. I don't get it.
it's ki, it's chakra, it's hockey, it's what it's an
Yeah.
internal energy power, right? It's
Avatar did it
whatever.
better.
But anyways, so I always just kind of looked at it like, well, I guess it's over, and then but it's
Mhm.
not really over. And then we got a couple chapters, and then the author like posted a picture on Twitter saying like, "Hey, here these
Mhm.
are all done." And the speculation is that it's the 10 chapters that he released at the end of 2024, that it's going to be
Okay.
it's chapters 12, 13, and 14. And then he's said that he's working on 50 more chapters. So it's an
Mhm.
interesting bit of news. It really isn't going to make huge waves until it's enough chapters to actually bring more anime back, which
Okay.
if that ever happens. But yeah, that's what's going on with Hunter x Hunter.
So what you're thinking is they're not gonna do another season. They're probably gonna wait till they have maybe like a full arc
I would
or
assume, yeah.
something. Okay, so
I
right
don't
now what
see
he's
her.
released isn't enough.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's been 10 more chapters released. What are they going to do with 10 chapters? That's not even an
Like,
episode. You
okay,
know?
I'm
Yeah.
just new to this. I'm new to this. Okay, all right, all right.
So that's the bit of Hunter. Not a whole lot going there, but it is important.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of similar to the Dandadan thing, it's not a whole lot going on, but it is interesting. Apparently, they had a popular song that came out, and then
Have
like
you not heard it?
I haven't heard it. No, I haven't been watching the new
Will,
season. I'm waiting.
I am so obsessed with Dan and Dan right now. I'm telling you right now, if I'm being fully
I
honest, all right,
also
I said it in like my Instagram channel, and I said that Dan and Dan has to be probably one of the best
oh, it's
new
so good.
animes coming out, new
I've
gen,
also fallen
all around.
victim to the. I've read like
So good.
200 chapters of the manga, so it's like I know what's happening, and so I'm not
Right.
like super pressed to watch it because there's so much
Dude,
other stuff to watch.
if I'm sitting there and getting giddy,
It's good.
watching just
Yeah,
them just toy almost holding hands,
yeah.
and then the next episode they do is where Momo gets a job, right?
Do you know Dandadan's
And
a harem? It's a harem anime.
really, so they go full harem. I
I'm
thought he
being
was just
facetious, but Okarun gets surrounded by like
yeah,
multiple
but
hot chicks that get yokai powers.
come on, Will, come on.
It's a
All right,
harem.
Team Momo all the way. Technically, I watched a harem anime recently, also just finished it, and two actually animes that went harem, and one of them should not have gone harem. The other one it was harem, but I was like, I actually started to get a decent story and then fell off. But besides the point, let's get back into that. Momo gets a job, and what they did right there was so realistic. They just did a little time lapse of her going up to the clock and staring at the clock. Because anyone who's worked retail or any kind of job and a lot where you're just staring at the clock, that right there was so relatable. Everything they're doing in this show is so relatable, so well thought out,
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
it's amazing. The animation, the story, the
yeah.
music.
The music's really
Yes,
good.
the song that they did. All right, it's called "Hunting Souls."
Hmm.
Amazing. I actually preferred the dub version of the song versus the Japanese. I preferred
Okay.
that. But let me tell you, this song got taken down. So,
Yeah.
overview, since you've read it, you know about the Hayashi when they come to try to get out of Kenji's spirit,
Right.
the one-eyed devil
Uh-huh.
or the devil that he has
Uh-huh.
him. Um, so the Hayashi come and they sing their song set up, and it's actually being painful for Kenji. And the way they did the song, I'm sitting there hyped up. I'm enjoying. I'm actually like getting goosebumps while watching it. Animation done very well. The song very well. I'm thinking this is going crazy. Go on social media, everyone's loving it. Next day, finding out, boom, the people that they did, I'm gonna say pay homage because that's what they did. They paid homage to this band. I think it was called. Their name was called, I think, X Japan.
Yeah. Extra Japan
Um,
band.
and they did their style of clothes, and one of their songs sounds like also one of their songs, like it sounds like Hunting Souls. So one of their song sounds like Hunting Souls. The lead person of the band decided, hey, I don't like that. We're gonna seek legal action.
Yeah.
And now the song got taken down. I don't know if you can actually hear it on streaming services. So when you get to that point, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it. So when you watch it on whatever you
It's
watch, I don't know
error
if you're gonna be able to
pages
hear
are popping up on streaming. I would assume it's in the episode. I guess we could go back and look at the episode and see it. I don't can't imagine they could
right.
go and retroactively take it out of the episode, but
I think they
yeah,
are,
that's interesting.
honestly.
And what's funny is Sony like is involved in both sides. So Sony is involved in producing X Japan's music, and
Mhm.
Sony's obviously involved in Dandadan. And so it's actually kind of funny that that's
It,
that's
I,
happening.
I mean, my mindset is that when you're direct, I mean, like, honestly, this does not look good. If anything, this band is very well known, they're
Mhm.
losing credibility because this is paying homage to you. You should be excited this is in here because if for me, I'm like, oh, if the band's making that kind of music, I want to go listen to their music. Then
Yeah.
that's gonna make me draw to them. Not
Well,
oh, they stole a song from me, let me copyright it. It was a great song. They paid homage. I think they did a very tasteful way of doing the song. Enjoyed it like crazy, but do you think this is going to make future animes, manga writers, when they try to incorporate maybe some of their favorite songs or maybe their favorite artists, involving them in there? Do you think they're going to be able to pay homage now? Do you think it's going to
I
scare
don't
them?
know. It's interesting. Let me read you this quote because this kind of sums it up really well.
Okay.
It says the situation is especially awkward given Sony Music's involvements on both sides. Sony
Hmm.
Music Publishing holds the rights to X Japan's Kurenai, while Sony's subsidiary Milan Records distributed "Hunting Soul," the song from Dandadan. If
Hmm.
permissions were missed, the conflict may be less about malice and more about miscommunication within the same corporate ecosystem. I bet
Right.
you that's likely what happened. Is just
I think
there
so
was
too.
miscommunication there. And then so in the second half, despite all of this mess, Yoshiki, who's from X Japan, hasn't
Uh,
closed the door to reconciliation. He's hinted at watching Dandadan himself and even suggested discussing the homage on his YouTube channel. For now, though, the future of Hunting Soul hangs in limbo, caught between being one of 2025's most popular anime songs and a cautionary tale about the risks of stepping too close to rock royalty.
you know what's crazy about that though? The way they phrased it, stuck in limbo, because what they did is they used the
Oh,
Hayashi to
yeah.
help with the demons, to get rid of the demons. That's
That were
that
kind
in
of,
between.
yep, yep.
I like that wordplay. That was good. I like that
Interesting.
story. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better
Yeah.
then. I kind of do.
So,
But but at the same time, when we're talking about Sony, we also need to talk about Kodakawa. Now, there was a lot of stuff that was hinting towards Sony trying to buy out Kodakawa back in the past. What ended up happening was they bought a certain percentage of them. I think they were mainly going after their video game rights.
mhm,
The problem with that, though, is that people still think that Kodakawa is still going to get bought out by Sony. Because if you look at Sony right now, it looks like they're going after everything.
mhm,
I mean, they already own Crunchyroll,
mhm.
which Crunchyroll also bought out Funimation.
Yeah.
They're going after Kodakawa, probably one of the largest anime companies out there. So there's a lot going on with that. But before we talk about Kodakawa, I do want to talk about what Toei said that also involves Kodakawa. But for
So
those who
I
don't
want to
know,
I want to ADHD one thing before we get off the
yeah,
topic.
yeah,
A
go ahead.
funny thing about Dandadan and about Momo.
Okay.
Momo's voice actress is Abby Trott. And so Momo is a very sweet, young, semi-innocent character, right?
Eh,
That's like she's a young semi-innocent, she's a kid, right? She's a kid, okay?
How old is she though?
16. Um
Okay.
Abby Trott, so I started watching a new anime on Netflix that is getting really overlooked, but it's
Mhm.
actually quite fun, called Super Crooks. And
Oh.
Abby Trott plays the main character's girlfriend,
Mhm.
and she is not sweet and
Complete
innocent.
opposite.
I'm looking at it,
That's
I'm like, I've never heard Abby Trott say these things before. Oh my goodness.
I was about to start watching that anime.
It's
Honestly, I
good.
really was.
Yeah.
It's not really considered anime, is it though? Or is it
It's
just
I mean, it's written by what I assume is a Japanese like the name looks
okay.
Japanese. I think it's a collaboration.
Uh-huh.
Studio Bones animated it. So like
So
Studio
it should
Bones,
be
yeah,
so if
Studio
for
Bones
for your
might be a bunch of My
classification, your
Hero
four
Academia.
step, that counts as an actual
Yeah, yeah,
anime
exactly.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
what I
Okay. Okay.
thought. And
Okay.
the main character, it's actually interesting. The main character, his name is Johnny Bolt. His
Mhm.
Japanese voice actor, I can't think of the guy's name, but it's the same guy that voiced Nanami in Jujutsu
Mm.
Kaisen.
Oh, the
And
lady's gonna love that.
I believe, I could be wrong. I might have to double check and fact check, but I think he's also voicing the main character from Sekiro. I
Mhm.
could be wrong about that. We can talk about that a little bit. That was just
Wi-
a little side tangent about Abby Trott and Dan Didan and a recommendation for Super Crooks. I've just watched the first
Now,
few episodes and it's fun.
hold on, Will. Hold on. Hold on. Nanami, right? The scene when he goes and pulls the hair up. How'd
Biggest
you
daddy
feel?
energy ever.
Dude, I understand it now. I was like, okay, I get it. Everyone was flipping out about that scene.
Have you
I was like, what
seen
are they
the
talking about? And I
viral
finally
reel
saw it.
about the Nanami cosplayer who's jacked going
Dude,
around
and he
and just
did
like
that.
pulling hair of all these people, even some dudes. I'm watching it. I'm like,
It's a little suspicious, man. You
you know
better
what?
watch
I was
out, dude.
so watching that scene the whole time. I'm
Mhm.
watching it and I'm screaming at the TV at Nanami. I'm like, freaking kill that guy.
Yeah, just
Kill
do it.
him.
Just do it.
Kill him. Don't keep throwing him into the wall. Don't let him go away. Kill
Mhm.
him because he's
Mhm.
gonna go and do something bad. And what's he
Mhm.
freaking do? He
Yep.
escapes and he does something bad.
We're not gonna spoil that for you guys, but I will say though that like that out of all of season 2 right there, that was the like I was jumping out of my seat like do it, do it.
Yeah.
That's how anime
Do it.
does it sometimes. But with Super Crooks though, I really do want to watch it. So would
It's
you would
fun.
recommend it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun watch. I wouldn't recommend it as like it's, groundbreaking or change
Mhm.
your life, but
Mhm.
it's a fun, more of a light-hearted watch. I've
Okay.
enjoyed the first 3 episodes that I've watched.
Because what I was thinking though, it had the art style of Great Pretender, and everyone loved Great
Mhm,
Pretender, kind of like Devilman Crybaby,
mhm,
that kind of art style. But then also, first off, you said Studio Bones was behind
mhm,
it.
mhm.
That's a green light for me. But when I thought I saw it though, I thought it was more like American based.
I mean,
But if
I
it was written
I
by and
think
it
they're
seems like a
in
Japanese writing,
America. I think, like, it takes
okay.
place in America, the storyline.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
story does, but
So it
not
seems like
the
this
the way it's
hybrid
written.
kind of a show. It's being
Yeah.
classified as an anime on Netflix,
Mhm.
and articles that I've read about it,
So it's
classifying it
yeah,
as an anime, and it's animated by Studio Bones. So either way, it's
yeah.
fun and it's like takes place in a world of superheroes and supervillains. And it's cool. Like the main character, the
Super
first
Crooks.
episode, you get his backstory, and
Mhm.
like he had always wanted to be a superhero, and all this crazy stuff happens, and it doesn't work out, and he realizes, well, screw it, I'll just be a super villain.
Might
And
as well,
then
right?
episode 2 is he's an adult getting out of prison, and then it goes off from there.
That's one thing I've realized now more than ever. I can kind of easily tell when something's written by like a Japanese mindset. Because even when it comes to like live action shows, we were watching Alice in Borderlands on Netflix one time with my wife, and I'm like, this feels like an anime I'm
Mhm.
watching.
'Cause it
And
was.
it's before I knew about it.
Yeah.
And guess what? Turns out it is.
Yeah.
And so I'm super excited for the new season to come along. But sometimes you can just like watch something, you can spot like, oh, this is a manga, or this is like either a Korean manhwa or a danhwa, something that has like the intentions for that. So you know it's the separation. Now, with that though, it's not like us Western people and our animation and how we know it's very predictable. Who said that? Oh, maybe Toei, the guy who was behind
And they're not
One Piece,
exactly
Dragon
wrong.
Ball. No, they're not wrong. I mean, you have Toei Animation, for those who don't know, came out and says that Disney pretty much just sells comfort. All right. They didn't specifically say that. I'm kind of selling
Director of One Piece directly works for Toei. The current director of One Piece literally says that Disney animation is predictable. Is what
the
he said.
storytelling,
Yeah.
creating space for
Everything has
anime
to
to
have a happy
rise.
ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my
If,
take on it is
mhm.
it was a very polite Japanese way of dressing it down.
See, the article I read though is also he said that's the reason why anime has taken off in
Uh-huh.
America
Yeah.
or in Western part of the
Yep.
world. So that's kind of like a slap to the face, but also like, I mean, if you look at it, it's true. It's
Absolutely.
100% true.
Yeah.
Everyone's out here wondering why anime is taking over. It's just because, I mean, one thing is, yes, because of the rise of COVID, but also, do you not think it's because everyone's tired of how predictable TV's gone?
Mhm.
For me, you go on into a TV show, you go into any movie now, and you can tell for
A lot of it is,
like
yeah.
you can like, all right, I already know how it is. I
That's
can
a
already guess how
really
it's gonna be.
good point as to why I've never really thought about this. That's a really good point as to why I enjoy anime so much because I've read so many books. My
Hmm.
favorite form of art is movies and television, anime and
Hmm.
movies. That's my
Hmm.
favorite art medium.
Right.
TV and movies is very much an art form. And something that is very hard for me is it's hard for me to be surprised. I can predict
Hmm.
how things are going to go
My wife
within a
hates it when I
margin of
do it.
error almost all the time,
Yeah.
except with anime. It's hard
Right.
to predict, and you can predict certain things here and there, but anime does surprise me very, very often. And I'm kind of just you saying that, I'm kind of just realizing
Yeah.
that's probably why I've enjoyed and loved anime for so
Yeah.
long, because it is
Dude,
constantly surprising and it's not the same cookie cutter crap all the time.
no, we're on the same boat, buddy. All right, we are on the same boat. I am right there, man. I'll be your first mate. It is all. Just realized this. I'm right there with you, buddy. Because I'm telling you right now, that's why I switched. I got so tired of being able to predict what was going to happen. I got so tired of TV shows. And like I said, I just need something in the background to put it on. Started watching Naruto, and I'm like, this is not what I was expecting to be. It was surprising me. Now, that's why I think also certain animes that I've put as like very high on my list
Mm-hmm.
is because they surprise me. I'm just realizing that because my top 3 recommendations that I give people, I'm like, all right, it's kind of broad, but if you've watched these 3, I can kind of direct you in other.
Mm-hmm.
So my top 3 recommendations will always be Tower of God season 1.
Season
All
1,
right.
season 2 is a
Yes.
dumpster pile.
Roku, Brave of the Six Flowers. All right. And Plunder. Reason why I say those 3 is because they did something that I was not expecting. Each one of them, they did something I was not expecting. Power of God, I never knew what was going on. They just changed it so many times, but they kept a good flow enough for me to like love it. But then also what happens at the end of Tower of God. Oh, I saw what you posted. And like, which one would you punch in the face? You didn't even got. I already know.
Put her at
And
the
those
end.
who know, those who
Oh
know.
my god, such a
Second,
terrible character.
when it comes to Roku, Brave the Six Flowers, when you get to about halfway, or I think the only thing is about halfway, I think it's like episode 4, you just can't stop. You have to know, because I don't know. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm just like, what is going on? I'm freaked out. And then Plunder, reason why is because halfway through it, I think right before everyone stops, they said, okay, this is corny, it's too cheesy, it's a little too maybe edgy or perverted as the main character is. Once you get halfway, it blew my mind. It changed the direction completely. They literally
Interesting.
flipped everything.
I think I almost turned on Plunderer like a week or so ago, and I think I looked it up and it had really bad reviews, and so I didn't
Mhm.
watch it. I could be
A
wrong. I
lot
might
of
be
people
thinking about
stop it
something else.
before it gets good.
Okay,
I
so
think it's like episode 9. But when you watch it, it's gonna have your main character that's very perverted. You're also gonna have, with a little perspective of what it is and a little synopsis. It's in a dystopian world where these people have a count on their body, somewhere tattooed on their body.
right,
And it's their goal in life. So one person is to walk. So the more she walks, the more her number goes up. When your number goes down to 0, because you can lose your number, when it goes down to 0, these hands come out of the ground and drag you down. Right?
straight into hell. Nice.
But you're like, okay, not much going with that story. But they do something about halfway through, or things like episode 9 or something, and I'm just like, it blew my mind. Now, my favorite anime probably of all time that I just had no idea and surprised me every single second was Astro Lost in Space. That is a great, great anime. That one is like twist. I felt like I needed to go to the chiropractor because there were so many twists. I was like, I was shaking my head. I was
I'm gonna have
stunned
to
nonstop.
check these out because I haven't heard of
Dude,
a couple of those. What's
that's what
Astro
I'm saying.
Lost in Space?
Yes, if you can watch those animes, if you can watch them, come back to me, and you're like, even if you don't like them, but if you watch them, I can kind of direct you where you want. Like, oh, I might like this one a little bit more. Like, oh, I like how Astro Lost in Space was. Okay, so you like animes that are going to keep you on your toes, or I like Plunder more. I can't talk about that one a little more. But I say like I like Tower of God, or if I like Roku Brave of the Six Flowers, you like something that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's what like say Attack on Titan does so well. No one expects
All
the first
things that
episode to be like that.
happen. Yeah. Mhm.
Demon Slayer, stuff like that. So with Disney, there's always a happy ending.
Yep. And you can
Anime
almost expect
says screw the rules.
you can almost expect the formula that it's going to take,
Mhm.
and then nowadays you can almost expect like it whatever's going on culturally, you can
Mhm.
whatever the cultural trend is at the time, you
Yeah.
can expect that
Yeah.
Disney's going to do it. They're going to
Yeah.
always cater to whatever the cultural trend is, whether and it's always been that way. And anime just tells the story they want to tell,
Yes.
and
Now,
they typically don't follow cultural trends. They're just telling the story that they want to tell for the most
so
part.
for the most part, I'll give you this because like for Disney, there is kind of like a formula, right? And it's so funny how, for example, even though it doesn't count for Disney, but DreamWorks, the new Shrek movie. they show a picture of Shrek's daughter, and people took a screenshot. Oh, I know how the story's gonna
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
You know, she's gonna be a misunderstood teen. You know, they're gonna have a falling out. Da, da, da. And he finds out, you know, she can be independent. She's her own woman. She could do this. Like everyone knew the whole story. I guarantee you that's how it's gonna be. Because like I was reading, I was like, you know what? That sounds like something
Uh-huh.
Disney. That sounds like something DreamWorks would do. You look at anime, you never know.
You never
Now,
know.
of course, we have, you know, a formula somewhat, a
There's
hidden formula that
anime
everyone
tropes
knows.
that you can look at and be like, oh, that's gonna be the
Yes, we have
tsundere.
tropes.
Oh, he's gonna be the misunderstood main character
Right.
that's gonna be weak the whole time until he finally decides to reach down and grab his pear. Like you can kind of figure out, like,
I mean,
as you're
take
going
a look
into
at their
the
hair.
story.
Hairstyles and hair color are a big thing that we know with anime.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still a sense of you never know the direction it's going to go.
You never know.
Now, of
Like
course,
Promise Neverland is a great example. Like the first couple episodes of Promise Neverland, or was the twist at the end of episode 1 or episode 2? I can't
end
remember.
episode 1.
But I
End
remember
episode
watching.
1.
I'm like, oh, this is interesting. They're in this strange orphanage. Something seems odd though. So
Yeah.
I went into it completely blind, not knowing what it was about at all. And I was
Right.
like, these kids are a part of some type of experiment. Like they're being taken away, and like I was thinking they're being sold as like highly intelligent, slaves or
See,
something
that's
like
a trope. That's a trope. But then guess what they
yeah.
did?
And then you get that twist, and it's just like, oh my
Dude.
god, they're in a farm. Like their orphanage is literally a farm.
Their livestock. Their
What
cattle.
the crap. Like
Yeah.
the perfect example of the twist. And so I definitely, in my opinion, what was his I can't find his name, but he's the current director of One Piece right now in 2025.
For
And
Toei, is it
Toei, yeah. And I think
Tadasue Nagamin? I think, or Tadasue
Tatsuya Nagamine.
Tatsuya.
Yeah, Tatsuya. Director of One Piece from 2017, 2000, and then 2019 to 2025. And then also the director of Dragon Ball Super Broly, recently shared why he believes anime has become so popular overseas, meaning not in Japan where he's from, capturing a market that he says Disney has historically failed to capture. And that market that he's talking about is the non-children market, right? He's talking about the market that's everybody else besides
I guess,
kids, besides kids, right? Besides the people that just want a safe, happy-go-lucky, fun kid story, because that's what Disney is. Most Disney movies are like catered towards children. They're catered to be family movies, right?
But then you have Disney adults, which just, I don't know.
That's another whole nother thing, right? It's like whatever. But I definitely think he was throwing some shade, but also explaining why he thinks this is actually what's happening. And it's like it says there's a whole range of different works being produced one after the other, which is also true. You're constantly getting new anime. There's new seasons all the time. New shows come out all the time. Shows that do really, really well get more seasons. Shows that don't do well don't get another season. And then so Disney's not cranking.
So you're saying there's more of a
like
reoccurrence versus just like putting out one or two here and there. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And he says, I wonder if overseas anime fans are already tired of the predictability unraveling Disney-esque anime, which is something that Disney is trying to get into, is their own anime, style of things. But
because didn't they buy out Hulu?
Yeah.
So I think they're setting up plans for
Hulu's
like anime takeover.
Yeah, Hulu's going to completely go away and going to be completely integrated into Disney Plus.
I mean, that's how we already access our Hulu.
Right.
We just go through our Disney into our Hulu.
We already access it, but Hulu in 2026, Hulu's going to completely go away, and then just.
I mean, it seems like they are setting up for it. Which
I
mean, that's why he's probably talking about it. I mean, from in my mindset and my thoughts on this, I think he is just giving praise to anime as it is and saying like, hey, look what we've done. Not throwing shade on Disney, even though I take it as a little bit of shade. But the thing is, when I first read it, I did think, and like you said, Disney kind of gears more towards kids. Anime, the age range is unlimited almost on that point. So
I mean,
it's kind of.
Listen to this. Like, I think there's a little frustration on these Japanese producers' parts. This is the last part of this article that I read. It says some anime creators believe that the U.S. still holds a prejudiced view towards Japanese anime. Norikata Kawaguchi and Mie Oshii, the founder and advisor of Comics Wave Films, these two production companies, shared their frustration at Hollywood's view as anime as a cheap alternative. They also argued that Hollywood's bias towards its own works held back the recognition of Japanese anime at award ceremonies, which is true. We're just now starting to see
I mean,
anime get acknowledged at
right.
American award ceremonies.
Mhm.
So I can understand a little frustration. And think about, like, well, you actually might not be able to think about this because you've been a fan for about 5 years, but for a lot, like, I'd say before that time, there was a very,
Mhm.
very big stigma on anime. It was very
Mhm.
looked down on. It
Mhm.
was looked as a cheap alternative. Like, only losers and weirdos watched it, and like it wasn't taken seriously at all. You tell
Yeah.
somebody you watch anime, and they're like, "Oh, you watch some Japanese cartoons?" It's like, no, it's not
Yeah.
Japanese cartoons. It's anime. There's
Mhm.
always has been this perception that Hollywood and the American, creative elite that makes movies and crap looks at anime in a much more inferior way, which
Right.
is interesting because the thing that drew me to anime was watching Akira at 14 years
Mhm.
old and thinking, I've never seen an American movie do what this thing just did.
Right.
And so that's actually the opposite is what made me fall in love with anime, because it's not a cheap alternative. It's just an
Yeah.
alternative. So
I mean, I remember when I was younger, though, we had at my school an anime club, and I used to, sadly say it, but I used to make fun of that. I was like, you join the anime club? What? You're just gonna sit there and talk about cartoons? That's so childish. Now, I would love to join an anime club. There's nothing more I would love than like
you
just
have
be
an
sit
anime
around
club
because
of like hundreds of thousands of followers.
people don't. Yeah, yes, I understand what you're saying, but like for me, it's different. Okay, because like I said, when I say like sitting down here and talking about anime is like the highlight of my week, I really do because I don't have someone I could talk to in person about anime. I have followers and I have people. I try to. That's why I try to get people to communicate. That's why I'm always so focused on replying to my comment section because, like, for me, it's hard to find people that talk about anime. And so, anyone that I see kind of like recurring in my comment section too, I'll try to do that. And I've even gone to the point where I'll even, hey, like, you want to come and play, some video games with us, like me and my
Mhm.
friends. And then just I want to be able to talk more about anime with people. And I am at the point now where like I would love to find like an IRL person to be able to talk to IRL because like I could talk anime with my wife all the time, but she doesn't
Yeah,
know like the tropes we were talking about. Because I'm saying like oh Kakashi with his white hair and all that that says it all. Like she wouldn't know what that meant.
yeah, yeah,
And so when I say tsundere, stuff like that, stuff like that, like it doesn't really like separate us. She understands that this is my thing. I don't understand everything about it, but she supports me and I support her on her stuff. But it would be nice to have someone to
yeah.
talk about this IRL.
I have one friend, and he's been my friend
Right.
for a long, long time, since,
Mhm.
good lord, 15 years. And like we've both loved anime that whole time. So I have one, and then like all of our other friends, they're like, oh, they'll watch the show here and there, but they're not
Right.
like into anime like we are. And I
Yeah.
remember going to what we went to some anime convention like 2 or 3 years ago. The first time we went to like a big anime convention, and we're like normal dudes, right? And so I'm
Mhm.
walking around and I'm like, Ty, I don't think we're normal anime fans. He goes, oh, dude, no, we're not normal.
Yeah.
He's like, we're normal. Like, I mean, there's you got your normal people, and then you got
Yeah.
their whole identity as anime, and then but that's the great thing about anime is there's now everybody is a part, and you have all walks of people that enjoy anime. So I'm lucky enough to have the one
Yeah.
friend that I've had for a long time. So I get it for sure.
Honestly though, like it makes me emotional at times too thinking about it, but like stuff like that makes me so jealous, right? Because I would love to be able to just talk anime with somebody, not just like, oh, have you watched this show? Have you watched that show? But do what we
Yeah.
do,
Hmm.
like actually dive into it and say, hey, do you remember this scene or this scene? Like when I was talking about Momo and the hand holding, like people don't realize, like, okay, what was that? Like the intricacies that they did for showing the clock, just the movement style, how they did it, the animation going from that, including the sound, and then there's so much I would love to be able to sit there and actually have like a deep conversation about anime with
Yeah.
someone in real life. Because like I've had people, I find out, hey, they watch anime, and I get so giddy, and I think I almost scare them at times because like people I work with, they're like, oh yeah, I watch anime. I'm like, oh, what do you watch? And they tell me, and it's your basic ones, like your starter animes. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, let's talk about this, and they have no idea what I'm talking about, and it deflates me so much, and it
Yeah.
really does hurt at times. But then I feel like I'm scared because like again, what I'm upset with too is that like you're able to go, and I saw you got the Demon Slayer tickets. Super excited about it, and I love that. But you're able to go with someone if you chose to. You
Oh,
have
I'm just
someone who
taking
would
my
watch that
family.
with me.
I'm taking my wife and kids.
And that's what I'm saying. Like for me, like if I took my wife, she wouldn't understand. She would go with me, but she wouldn't understand. I want to be able to go and watch like anime movies. I want to be able to go to an anime store. I want to be able to go to
Yeah.
an anime convention with somebody. Because like for me, I would love to go to Anime NYC, but for me, I'm like I'd go by myself, and I don't feel like I would fit in as much. But even though I say that, but also I feel like I would fit in at an anime convention now.
Yeah.
Because when I was saying I was making fun of those people who were in the anime club, I feel like I relate more to those people now than when I did back then. And so I feel like I would fit in. I feel like I'd be welcome at an anime convention. But I don't know. I gotta find someone IRL. I think it's like two things. I have a goal for this year, which I'm kind of like running out of time for it. But I had one goal. I'm kind of getting better at it for this year. But another one is probably hopefully to find someone IRL that likes anime.
You
So
got to go to
we'll
local
see.
cons, man.
I know.
Gotta go to local cons. But yeah, anime's better than Disney.
Yeah,
Cold take,
it's true.
because that's not a hot take at all.
No, definitely cold. Freezing cold.
So the most interesting thing, and I think probably be able to take up the rest of the rest of our
Oh,
conversation.
no. Hold on.
No,
Oh, sorry. Before we get into that, like, if we're still staying on this, I completely forgot about that. The Kodakawa situation.
Oh,
We mentioned that really quick.
right. Yeah.
So, it's kind of just to do a little small brief summary on it. Kodakawa also mentioned how with this, how anime has definitely gotten popular over on Western side. They want to amp up the production on their animes, and people are like, okay, that's good. That sounds great. You don't realize how big of a deal and how bad that is for Kodakawa to say that, because people don't realize when you amp up production, that means also deadlines. Oh, we're going to increase our budget for better animation. Is what people want. Better animation is ruining anime. It really is, because I'm okay with the filler here and there. Not like Naruto, where more than 30%. I'm fine with that, but you go in there expecting. I tell this to a lot of people who are brand new to anime. When you go and watch Demon Slayer, you watch Attack on Titan as your first animes. Any other thing else of that, it could be such a letdown. A lot of people stop.
Like yeah.
You think everything's gonna be like that. It's like, oh, this is what anime is like. It's not always like that. Granted, it'd be nice to have it like that, but then also, what I think, if we always had better animation, the story's gonna lack. Because when you amp up production, and we've seen this happen, especially if take Western as an example, Kodakawa, please, if you want to be like this, realize what happened with Marvel. Marvel amped up the production every single time. Every single time.
And
guess
instead
what?
of everything that they were putting out being a banger, half of what they were putting out was like, what are we even doing here? Like, what is happening?
Fast and Furious. Every single one. They amped up the production, and they literally asked them, like, why do you guys keep on making movies? Because people keep on going to see them. They don't care. They went into space.
Yeah.
But people are still going to watch the movies.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty to say, I'm going to watch it too.
We went from
when it comes to Disney
to going into space.
Disney will make a bomb movie because they know that if they did a sequel on a good movie, hence like Frozen 1, Frozen 2, they can have a bomb in them, because they know Frozen 2 is going to pay them back for that movie they just failed on.
They can throw something at the wall to see what sticks.
And it just amazes me how people think, oh, anime's getting a higher budget. We're going to get more animation. We're going to get better animation quality. Granted, this is the way anime is going. I don't like it. I feel like it's going to ruin the anime community. 100%.
Well, what I think is going to happen, and I don't like, and this segues into the next topic, is I think that the solution that a lot of studios are going to turn to is AI. AI assistants. Having AI help more and more and more, which is not a good thing. I would rather have lower quality animation and less animation, and less anime, than have anime that has AI generated things in it. But at the same time, you have all these companies that they want to make more and more and more money, and that's going to be the downside of anime being more or less mainstream now, it being so popular that there's more people that want to watch it, and so more studios are going to want to put out more anime. Is now it's going to be turned into a profiteering money-making machine. So what happens when something gets turned into a money-making machine? Quality usually goes down. I have faith, and
or something goes down, standards or whatever.
Something, right? So
Yeah.
maybe the quality doesn't go down, but they start using more AI, or
Mhm.
who knows what it may be. Or, instead of getting, I saw this great video the other day that said, the guy was saying, I don't think we'll ever get a long anime again. We'll never get
Mm-mm.
another Naruto or another Bleach or another One Piece, because
No.
all these studios are putting out short anime. Nobody wants
Mhm.
a long anime anymore because there's no money in long anime. Instead of getting you invested in a show that's going to be 200 episodes, they'd rather get you invested
Right.
in something and only give you 12 episodes, which is true when you think about it. So many new shows, while a lot of new anime is really good, and you also got to understand we have a little bit of a different perspective, right? Because you're kind of used to this, and I
I mean, you
grew
can
up
get
with
about 3 seasons out of me. That's where I kinda draw it out. Like, if
yeah.
I see there's got more than
I
that, unless
grew
it's a
up
really
with
good show, you can
I
give me about
grew up
3
with a
seasons.
short anime being 26 episodes. And that
Yeah.
wasn't, usually you'd get a lot of anime
Mhm.
being 50 to 100 episodes, but we weren't getting we weren't getting a
Mhm.
three different seasonal releases all the time with a dozen new shows and then, another 2 dozen continuations. We weren't getting all of that. And,
No.
and so it's
Well,
that's a great way to look at what standard has already been changed, right?
okay.
instead
Yeah.
of instead of producing a full season, we're producing a 12 episode core and then a 12 episode core, right? And then maybe we'll get season 2. So that's just an example. I'm not saying that's necessarily or inherently a bad thing. I'm saying with
No,
anime
yeah.
being so mainstream, a standard's going to be lowered, something's going to give,
Mhm.
something's going to change. And my biggest fear is that's going to be animation studios leaning too much into AI, which kind of sucks and brings up a great topic for this Sekiro game that's coming out,
Mhm.
which is so Sekiro was a video game that I didn't even know about.
Yeah, tell me about I have no idea
Yeah,
about this.
I'm a
Honestly, I just see it
huge
everywhere, though.
fan for Japanese like period pieces, and apparently
Mhm.
it's from the creators of Dark Souls, I believe, and it's renowned as being like one of the most difficult and technically intense video games ever. And so I'm reading up on this. I'm like, oh my god, I have to play this game because I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. I love Japanese period pieces,
Okay.
and so now they just announced that Sekiro is getting an anime adaptation that's going to be exclusive to Crunchyroll. And so I go and I watch this trailer and I'm like, oh, this looks right up my alley. Like, I'm
Mhm.
assuming you've seen the trailer. And
Isn't it, like, more like a Edo era kind of,
it's like
timepiece?
it looks like a very much a Japanese like
Feudal Japan.
samurai period piece,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the first thing I start thinking when I'm looking at this trailer is I'm like, yo, this looks like a throwback to hand
Mhm.
drawn anime that we used to get back in the 90s and early 2000s. This looks like a
Mhm.
throwback to hand drawn anime. I was like, this looks right up my freaking alley. A Japanese period piece that has a throwback nostalgic like art style looks awesome. Looks
Mhm.
cool. A lot of
Yeah.
people on Reddit are saying it looks trashy, it looks too simple. And that goes back to you have all these new gen fans that they're used to like their first anime was Attack on Titan. And then they watched Demon Slayer. And then they watched My
Mhm.
Hero Academia. And all of those are great, but the animation on those is like it's like top
See,
tier, right?
I really honestly, if I'm being honest, I really don't think that's true, though. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I think if you look at Tokubi's Original Sin, everyone, and even granted me, the art style threw us through a loop. It was very simple,
Yeah.
but it turned out to be a masterpiece,
I
and I
agree.
think it's like one of the first IMDb rated to be
Yeah.
over like a 9.3 or
On
9.2.
every single episode. Yeah.
That is insane.
I said that and somebody was like, well, what's Attack on Titan has 90 some odd episodes. You can't compare the same. And so I was like, well, you
Ugh.
can compare the same with math. I was like, if you look at every Attack on Titan episode and you look at the
Mhm.
amount of rankings that it has overall, it has X
Do the
amount of,
average.
and yeah, you look at the average, you take the amount of episodes versus the amount of votes, and that's your average vote. You do the
Mhm.
same with Tokubi's Original Sin. It actually has more average votes per episode than
You
Attack
went
on
way too
Titan.
deep with this, man.
I know, dude. I get like
They hit soft
super
spot or something, bro.
I get super nerdy like with stuff like this. So anyways, so with this new Sekiro anime that's coming out,
Mhm.
obviously people are on Reddit just giving their opinions. So people are like, "Oh, the
Right,
animation style
right.
looks terrible." Blah 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 blah.
Reddit
Whatever.
does what Reddit does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I'm looking at this thinking this looks cool to me. It looks like a throwback, like it looks
Mhm.
like a throwback to like old school vibes. And so I start doing some research on it, and the first thing that I see is it's let me see if I can find this right here. The first
First, I'll
thing,
tell you why you're looking for it. Reddit for me is something I'm new to also. All
yeah,
right. Now, when it comes to like when I said about the whole 3 seasons you can get out of me, I only say that because of like my job for anime. I have
sure,
to watch a lot of anime. Like it's not because of the attention span. It's literally because I have to watch a lot of
yeah,
anime to be
yeah.
able to
I get it.
recommend anime.
Yeah, same.
But when it comes to Reddit, dude, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have
Yeah,
a coworker who's obsessed with. He's been on it for like a long time.
I'm
He
kind of
tells
the
me,
same.
dude, it's amazing, but also it's like there's like it reminds me of old YouTube. You can get lost
Yes,
and rabbit hole after rabbit hole, but also it is so freaking helpful. I think it's
you
more
can find
helpful
a
than
lot of
any social
information.
media.
Yeah,
I type something I got going on. Someone had the exact same problem.
yeah,
That's how you do it.
yeah. You can find a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where's it been all my life?
So the first thing that I read, and this is where we're
Mhm.
about to get into an interesting rabbit hole of speculation that I'll be honest, I'll say up front, I don't know what the heck's
Okay.
going on. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm looking at this trailer for Sekiro and I'm like, this looks like cool old school hand drawn animation. Let me read this to you.
Right.
So article is Polygon. Okay. Um, from fans of From Software Sekiro Shadows Die Twice are in for a treat, as an official anime adaptation of the 2019 game is in the works. Announced
Mhm.
during Gamescom 2025 just the other day, produced by Arch, Sekiro No Defeat will directly adapt the story from the game with fully hand-drawn art. The anime series will be
Ooh.
streamed exclusively on Crunchyroll. So I see that and I'm like, that's dope. Oh,
Mhm.
that's awesome. And then even
Right.
furthermore, a direct quote from the director says, as an action animator, my core philosophy is to return to the basics. Sounds great. Sword combat with Japanese swords is inherently rigorous, and I want to depict that reality without flinching, capturing the weight of each strike, the body, and life itself. This is Kutsuna, the director of Sekiro no Defeat. By
Now,
embracing, but
basics.
hang on,
Oh.
by embracing the hand drawn essence of 2D animation, we can achieve a transcendent beauty and action that goes beyond cool to something deeply poignant.
Okay. So that answers my question then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I read
Hmm.
that and I'm like, sick. That sounds awesome. Like, that sounds really, really cool. Like, I
It's a
really,
risk, but I think it'll work.
yeah. But
Yeah.
here's the tinfoil hat, right? Here's
Okay.
the sketchy thing. So I'm like, okay,
Okay.
this sounds great. And then the next thing I typically do when I see an anime that I'm really interested in, I'm like, well, what studio is animating this? I want to know. This was a very interesting animation style. What studio is animating this?
Hmm.
It's some freaking studio named Qzilla. Who?
Qzilla, Arch, Kodakawa, and
Yeah,
Crunchyroll.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who's Qzilla? Nobody knows who Qzilla is. But if you go to their website, the few things they've produced, they have this big thing on their website that says, we are actively developing technology with the goal of maximizing the value created per second by those involved in anime production. We
Oh
challenge
no.
the conventional wisdom of existing methods, collaborate with partner companies with high technical capabilities, and utilize the
Oh no.
latest technologies such as AI to evolve production processes and expressions, thereby bringing about digital disruption in the anime industry.
Hmm.
So that's where I'm
You just
like,
had to look it up, Will. You couldn't let's have like a 1 day. 1 day.
what does Cypher say on Matrix? Ignorance is bliss.
Ah,
I
I mean,
swear to bliss.
gosh, did you saw a red rabbit and you took off, man? That's what you did. Or
I
a
said,
black rabbit. Black rabbit. I'm sorry.
I said, this is got to be too good to be true. Now, here's the thing. It
True.
could be all hand drawn. It very well could be. But then you go down the Reddit, black hole, and you have people
Mm.
taking screen grabs and saying, oh, this is generative AI. This is generative AI. And people like,
How are people telling this though?
I
That's
don't
not
know.
enough.
I have no idea. All
Too
I
much
can look
time on
at,
your hands.
I can see the quote from the director himself saying they're
Mhm.
using hand drawn animation. And then I can
Mhm.
see what the production studio that's never really done any anime, which is interesting, right?
Right.
So that could be a good thing, or it could be weird, but they
Mhm.
have a technological mission statement on their website that says they're actively developing technology to basically integrate AI into anime production even more. Qzilla, the production company behind Sekiro Anime,
Don't
claims to
do it.
use tools such as AI to maximize the value created per second by all those involved in anime production. Now, that's a vague statement, right? What does
Meaning
that
taking people's
mean?
jobs.
Yeah.
Taking people's
Well,
jobs.
yeah. What exactly does that mean, and how is that applied? And that might not even be applied to this anime, but this is going to be the
But it's the
first.
future of anime.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, or that's what this company is trying to do. So I look at Sekiro, and it has such a huge cult following, and I look at the
Yeah.
trailer, and I'm like, that trailer looks badass. That looks
Mm,
right up my freaking alley. Because one of the anime that made me fall in love with anime was Samurai X, the origin story of Rurouni Kenshin, hand drawn Edo era Japan samurai
mm,
badassery. And so I see
mm.
this trailer and I'm like, this is giving me those vibes. This looks super dope, Ninja Scroll type vibes, right? And then everybody's saying that it's going to be hand drawn 2D animation to get that nostalgic vibe. But then you look up the production company and the animation company, and they literally say that they're developing new
Making strides
processes
for
to
AI.
use AI
Yeah.
in anime. So it's like, what the heck's actually, I'm probably going to make a video about this tomorrow because it's like, what
Mm.
the frick is going on? And I don't know. It's very interesting to me because it
I
looks
think
really good.
I think it's too early to say stuff, and it could be, it could be risky to say something like that. If like there's accusations, definitely
Yeah.
that's
All you
fine.
can do is
But
speculate.
yeah, speculation. But honestly, first off, how do you feel about games being anime or
Games
being
being
turned
turned
into
into anime.
anime?
I don't
Yeah,
really I don't really care. Like
mm.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners, one of my favorites of all
Favorite?
time,
Just turn around.
literally
Yeah.
was meant to be a promotion to get people to play the game that was failing, right? And it got
Mhm.
anime of the year. Is one of the best anime ever freaking made, in my opinion. And it's
Okay.
so short, right? It's
Yeah.
just it's a phenomenal wild ride. And then now the game is also very, very good. So I don't
So
really
for
care.
my,
Like,
I
if the
think
story's good and it's captivating, I mean, I'm here
yeah.
for it.
So Cyberpunk, everyone knows that as a game. Another one I saw that's based off of a game was God Eater.
Yeah.
It was good, you know. It just wasn't really like my cup of tea for like all of it. I mean, I anticipating for a season 2, yes, but did it make me want to play the game? No, not really. So I don't know if it's more of like a cash grab, like you said, trying to get people as a promotion to play the game, or are they just trying to take something that's a good story from a game and then use it as anime? Because what I'm finding out about this anime, it says that the anime promises to remain faithful in
It's an
delivering a
actual
brutal,
story.
emotional, resistant tale of loyalty and blood set in a fictional Sengoku era for Japan.
Yeah. It's supposed to be
Now,
telling the actual story of the game, which I find to
of
be
what happened?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm all on board to watch something, especially if it's hand drawn. Now, I guarantee you, and if it does happen, I guarantee you, as soon as they use a tiny bit of AI or if they did any CGI, people are gonna flip out, go on Reddit, they're gonna go and just ruin this anime.
Would be the
Of
ninja,
because it
it'd be
could
the
be
ninja Kamui, the ninja or Kamui Kamui, whatever, the
oh
ninja Kamui effect,
yeah,
where
I haven't even gotten my round to it,
they
dude.
freaking blue ball
They
teased
drug it
us
down.
with the first couple episodes.
Mhm.
And it was just the most gorgeous animation, and then we get this weird CGI, and then somehow it gets nominated for best original anime, and it's getting
I
a
don't wanna hear
season
that.
2,
Yeah.
and it's like, so
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't have the Ninja Kamui effect. It doesn't get
So
Kamui'd.
I like that because, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't even watch Ninja Kamui. All right, whatever you pronounce it. It just I never watched it because of how bad people bashed on it, how brutal, how much people drug it through the dirt.
See, I
How,
was watching the trailers, and I was so hyped for it that I was
right.
watching it as it came out.
So you
So
saw as it was
yeah,
releasing. So
so,
you
like,
saw that.
every day, so I was like, "Oh, it comes
How did
out
that
on Max
feel?
on Saturday," and so I watched the first it was, like, the first 2 or 3, and I'm like, "This is
Mhm.
awesome," and then, like, 4, 5, 6, it starts to shift and transition, and I'm just like,
And
"What
there was no coming back after that.
what's going on? Like, this is not what I signed up for," and it's
Did you
gone from
drop it?
this I dropped it, yeah.
Okay.
It's gone from this really cool, like,
Mhm.
urban warfare ninja, like, story to
Yeah.
this weird ninja mech where the CGI is crap and the story kind of gets really convoluted. Like, it had such great potential, and then it
Right.
turned into this dumpster pile. So
What?
hopefully Seiko doesn't get
I hope so.
or Sekiro doesn't get that effect.
So what I've done this season that's different than any other season of anime I've done is that I'm actually watching the anime as it's releasing.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm staying week to week watching every episode. And I've first off, I think honestly, I don't know why it's taking me this long to do it, but I found a new love for anime. Um, I thought I would get so mixed up in all the different stories. I think it's just like the first couple of weeks when you start watching anime on a weekly basis for like, new releasing anime, I think it's going to get a little hard. But once you find what's worth watching, because, with 3 to 4 rule, we know what's going to be good. Sometimes you can tell off the first episode. Now that I've found the animes that I'm currently watching, that I'm excited to watch every single week, I'm enjoying it like no other. So being able to just see something and enjoy, because I've realized you can't judge an anime based on the first couple episodes. I said with Clevitus, I thought it was down. Now it keeps on going up and down for me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Tokui's original Sten, it just kept on getting better and better for me personally. Dan to Dan, I was so worried from season 1 going to season 2 that it season 2 has blown me away.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm gonna tell you something, right?
The arc is really good.
I'm gonna tell you something. I've never done this. Never in my life have done this. I usually buy manga for animes that I love, that I feel like they need the appreciation, like I said, to put them on the wall, but also to give my little thanks to the author. I bought a manga. I bought a manga recently that is being released right now as I'm watching it. I love it that much. Fragrant Flowers, Blooms with Dignity.
Don't talk to me about it, because I can't even watch it. Okay.
Will, come to the dark side. Come to the dark side. Will, I'm telling you right now, I've not found a show I love this much. You can say Dress Up Darling. You can take any romance anime. I'm like, pfft. Now Dan to Dan, like I'm enjoying the romance from it. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting giddy. Everything about this story, I'm like, when I'm watching it, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm watching, I'm like, how did they make point A, point B, and C all come together to create this other thing? How did they do that?
Man. It's when the author knows
when
the author knows where he's going before he's there. It's really easy to look at a story and tell if the author's just kind of making it. So Jujutsu Kaisen, not going to spoil anything for anybody, but Gege Akutami was 100% coming up with the story as he's writing it. It's very apparent that he didn't know exactly where he was going, and he might have had a rough idea, right? Or she or they or nobody even knows what Gege Akutami looks like, right? But what you're talking about is a very clear indication of an author knowing exactly where they're going, and they can write intentionally along those lines.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna read the manga because I don't want to be spoiled. I need to know. I need to know because I'm just so locked in on the anime. Now, when the anime is over, I'm probably gonna read the manga. Probably. Now, this right here is Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is a perfect example of the author's playing chess while I'm playing checkers, because he is blowing my mind. It is so subtle. Certain details that he's doing, and it's so stinking cute. So
I'm excited to watch it.
Oh, please just come to the dark side.
Nah,
please.
Probably not gonna happen. Because I'm
gonna corrupt you one of these days.
Nice fancy TV with a remote, and I don't want to have to connect a laptop to the TV and all that crap.
Will, let me ask you something. Does your TV have AirPlay on it?
Yeah.
Just give me 5 minutes of your time, buddy. I'm telling you, I have every route possible. Every route possible.
Impressing me is Gachiakuda.
Very good, actually.
Really, I just watched the newest episode last night. It's like a slow, it's like the first episode was super intense, and then it's just like a slow ramp, and it's just getting better and better and better. And I'm like, this is super cool. Did you know that it's written by the guy who wrote Fire Force? It's written by his assistant.
Okay. So the art style, dude, her art style is very good.
Yeah, you can tell very good. Inspired by Fire Force Soul Eater, art.
I will say though, I'm preferring the dub a lot more.
Okay.
Especially the guy with the nail claws, like the villain that just came out.
Yeah.
I was enjoying that. I was kind of like, okay, he's giving. Yes, Jabber. Now I just watched the recent one. I don't know if it's the one that just came out. I think was it last night or
I watched
2 nights ago.
Last night or the night before, and there wasn't anything else. But it comes out on a weird day. It comes out on like Tuesday, so there might be a new one.
Hold on, I can. Let's see. It is in 3 days. So yeah, we've seen the recent episode. Okay. Me and you both have. Now that one is so good, but also, do you want to spoil something for everybody, or you want to kind of keep it? Because like,
I don't think there's any major plot points that we've really seen yet.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna get a hint around it, and if you want me to go fully into, I will. Okay. what happens to the reason why his power activates,
Yeah.
okay,
He
and towards
has
the end
a
of the
friend.
episode.
He has a friend that gets hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, can we go further into that, or you kind of want to? Just a little spoilers.
Sure. I don't think it's a
Okay.
big like thing.
I think he should have died.
Well, I mean, he might die.
I think he should die.
Why?
I think I like him. I want him to live, but for the sake of the story, I think he should die.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just gonna be like the way this show's going. I mean, you bit off someone's fingers, right, and start eating them. It's just got grit. It's got that grunge. I feel like if you give him plot armor this soon, I feel like that's. But then time like we didn't get enough established with that character, so maybe he might die later on
True.
to make it more meaningful death.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's too early for plot armor. I really do.
I think it's too, but at the same argument, I think it's too early to say that it would be plot armor, right?
Well,
we're only at episode 6 now. If that starts happening over and over and over and over again, then we could start calling plot armor, right? But
okay, then let's define the terms of plot armor. Okay,
characters constantly not dying when they should.
Okay, so what is the number one trope? The number one trope for characters dying. What is it?
The number one trope for them dying?
Mm-hmm. How do people usually die in anime? What's like the classic trope everyone knows that you having a phrase after it?
Oh God, I don't know.
Okay, how about to get isekai'd? How about that to make it a little bit easier?
Okay, getting hit by a car.
Okay, Truckun. Right?
Okay.
Okay, Truckun. Now, that right there should not define like those. That's pretty much we were talking about formulas earlier. That should define what is plot armor. If you get hit by a Truckun, you're dead, right?
You just might wake up in another world.
Currently watching this anime, beautiful, pristine, masterpiece. Honestly, probably 10 out of 10 anime. I would say that right now. Nukatashi. Girl gets hit by.
Oh, come on.
Girl gets hit by a truck and doesn't die. That was the perfect time. You took Truckun away from us. Granted, this anime is not. What the? We're not even going to talk about this, but I just when we heard about the plot armor, I just realized she had the biggest plot armor of any anime. You got hit by a Truckun and you didn't die. That Kachikata. Let's talk about that. no, it's a crazy anime, but I don't know, dude. This season's been really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you something too that I've been thinking about it. I might get back into the summer Hikaru died.
Okay. I put it on pause because I'm letting some episodes. So what happens typically with me is when a new season comes out, I'll watch a bunch of stuff, and there'll be several that I'm watching it every week when it comes out. So that's Gachiakuda, that's Clevites, that's Water Magician, and then there's ones that like I'm letting build up. So like I'm letting Summer Hikaru Died build up a little bit before I watch more of it. And then I'm letting Kaiju number 8 season 2 build up because I want to.
I haven't started that.
I know I'm going to want to binge it, so I'm just letting it build up. Same thing with Dan.
So the ones you want to binge, you just savor it. You want to sit down and actually like focus on it completely. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Kind of quick little last question for you because when I saw this, I just couldn't let it go. You made a video recently, and it really disappointed me that you got set up. Will, you got set up. And it's hard for me. I love your videos. It's very hard for me to get let down, but you let me down, Will. You really did. When you interviewed I think it was another content creator, and you asked him who was his favorite waifu or favorite female crush from an anime. And
who's your anime crush?
And you asked him, and he ended up saying the Summertime Rendering, the girl from Summertime Rendering.
I can't remember that chick's name. Aiko?
It doesn't even matter. I can't remember it, but I remember who she is, because that was a perfect setup. Because those who know, and there's those who know. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Will,
I need to finish Summertime Rendering. I have like a couple episodes left on it.
Oh, I don't want to spoil a couple. You probably know
I'm at the.
I don't know if I should spoil it. When is it?
I'm at the part where they're at the festival and like.
Will, it's right there, man. It's right there. I want to tell you. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know. Oh, you need to, because you don't know.
I know she's like a special agent or something, like that, like does things. Okay, don't spoil it for me. Maybe it's a big deal.
You don't know. Oh God, Will, it was right. And I guarantee you, when you watch this, you're gonna remember this moment.
I'm gonna jump back into it.
Will,
Such a good anime.
you missed the perfect opportunity. Because when you find out, you're like,
I could have said something else. Well,
Will,
balls.
Will, I'm disappointed. Oh gosh, dude, I almost spoiled it for you. I almost spoiled it. So yeah,
Well,
anime.
we try to stay spoiler free here on More Than a Cartoon.
Oh my gosh.
We might spoil
I'm
you
sweating
every
now,
once in
dude.
a while.
I'm sweating because, like, that's big. That's big.
I don't know. I might know it, and I might
No,
not
dude.
have thought it was
No,
as big of a deal.
I
Okay.
don't. You would know. That's it. There's those who know,
Okay.
and
I have
those
hunches,
who
but
know.
I have hunches, but I'm not sure. Now I'm gonna go watch it and like.
It's a great show though. Love it.
It's so good.
If you've not seen Summertime Rendering, definitely watch it.
So good. So
Very,
underrated.
very good.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel like it does kind of like go off on its own little towards the end. Kind of felt like it went off like its own different story. Didn't stay true to itself, but still, all in all, great story.
Yeah.
Great anime.
Great regression story, which is super cool. It's very, very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I'm reading or I'm not reading. I just read I did a project for Webtoon today. Reading a really great manhwa called The Regressed Mercenary Has a Plan. And so like I got to read all of it, and when it was new, and they did a video for it, and then they hired me again. They were like, hey, it's really popular. There's like 30 more chapters. So I spent like half of the day reading all of that and then making like writing a script and everything on it. The Regressed Mercenary Has a Plan on Webtoon. Really, really good. Really solid. Like it's a good, lots of good action. Like if it ever got actually animated, and hopefully it got it gets the solo leveling treatment and not the beginning after the end treatment. It'll be some of the coolest like fight scenes and sword fighting that you've ever seen. It's very cool.
Wow.
Very cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Look it up. It's free on Webtoon.
I need to work on my networking, dude. I really do. That was one of the goals I was telling you. Like, that's one of my goals for this year, to work on my networking and just talking to people. I really got to do that, man.
Just talk to folks, man. Yeah.
I just got to put myself out there, dude. I don't know what's holding me back, man. I think it's just myself.
Yeah.
I don't believe in myself, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trauma dumping on this live, dude.
And you'll have some fun. So
I definitely do. Yes.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got for today. We'll be back next week. We've crossed the 10 episode hump, which is
dude. This is, I think, episode 12.
I think this is episode 12. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
This is 12 weeks been doing this.
The 10 episode
and it
hump
just
is
feels
where
natural.
people quit a lot. So
hopefully episode 13, Will has finished the summertime rendering, so he can know.
Yes.
Because those who know,
we'll have to. So we're in this schedule right now where we're recording on Wednesdays. In 2 Wednesdays, so not next Wednesday, but the next Wednesday, I'll actually be in Austin getting a badass Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, so would be.
I've got Al's Blood Seal right here.
13, 14.
And I'm gonna get more. It's September 3rd. Yeah, September 3rd. What?
Okay. No,
so I'm getting a. So I got the Al's Blood Seal right here, and there's this artist that lives in LA, and he's down in Austin, and so like I booked him like back in freaking March or something.
So
and, I'm excited.
It'd be like episode 14, maybe 15. Y'all get to see Will's tattoo if you're watching.
Yeah, the next one. Yeah.
Awesome. Not so the next one.
So the next one after that one. So next week will be normal. The next week
that'll be 13.
Yeah, this when we'll have to.
So 14 is when you're getting it, right?
Yes. So episode 15.
So all right, episode 15, new tat. And hopefully by episode like 52 for us, I'll have my tattoos.
I'm also considering. I want a knee piece. I don't know why, but I want a knee piece so bad.
Oh, isn't the one you said you want like it moves with it too, or like a mouth?
Kind of want Kafka in Kaiju.
That's the one you said. Yeah, dude.
Open around the knee.
You showed me that one. That was good.
I might nut up and do it one day. You never know.
How do you feel about getting like prepared for a tattoo? Like, is there any kind of preparation for it? Or just like you're just so used to it now, you're just like, yeah.
Get a good night's sleep.
What are the essentials? If I'm getting a tattoo, like what do I need to bring?
So sleep well, eat a really good meal before you go in. Drink lots of water, and be sober.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Depending on how long you think you'll be there, like bring a book or bring AirPods or something to distract yourself. It just depends. If you're getting a big piece, I'll probably be there for like 6 or 7 hours for this one. and so I'll bring stuff to distract me.
I really need to find an artist because there's one I actually found in Florida that I really like. I think I might go to him potentially. He does do more anime style, but his colors are great. Even though I wouldn't do colors, I'm more of a black and white kind of, or what do you call it, like gray
Mhm.
scaling? Or
Grayscale,
I
yeah.
don't, grayscale.
I
That's
love
what I like
colors.
more.
There's some
And
phenomenal grayscale. Look up Delicat, Delikat,
mhm.
on Instagram. He does predominantly grayscale fine line, like beautiful, but all
Mhm.
of his pieces, he puts like just a little pop of color in them, and they look awesome.
So the guy I was looking at, he would do a lot of white, but I thought like when you put white on a tattoo, it kind of it fades almost to a yellow at a certain point. Or am I wrong?
No, white adds highlights.
Okay. So
Like
hold on. For Delicat, you
like this one has white all around a bunch of the like
oh
areas.
wow. Um Will, anyone who's looking up Delicat, be warned, first picture is a woman's butt.
Is that his most recent work? Does he tattooed a woman's
It's
butt?
just straight butt, dude. All right, let me see these fine lines. Oh wow.
Jellycat Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at someone who's in New York.
No,
Are they in
I
New
think you're
York?
looking at the wrong thing. This guy's in
Okay, don't.
Amsterdam and Paris. It's this right here.
Okay. Well, what's the profile picture look like?
Jellycat Inc. It is the profile picture is, I don't know who that is. That
I saw some butt.
it's a One
So,
Piece character
oh, that was what I was looking at. Then it said it was in New York.
based in Winnipeg, Canada. Look,
I don't know who I'm looking at. Will,
look.
I can't show because of the butt, but I think that's so far away. We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out later.
I saw
We'll
there
figure
was
out.
butt.
I'll text you. Anyways, all right, everybody.
Why don't we just do that?
Thanks for hanging out today, guys. We'll be back next week. We have lots of fun
Oh,
stuff planned. We sure are grateful for all of y'all. And we're going to
yes.
keep going and keep growing. And hopefully we'll get to do bigger and better and exciting things. So, yeah, that's all I got. Peace out, everyone.